Hey, Sean Devlin, the Mortgage Juice Man, coming at you with Two for Tuesday. It's a guideline day. You're going to stick around for this one. We're talking about the new VA rules that go into effect and what happens on Friday, the 15th of February, 2019. Check it out. Thursday is Love Day. So in advance, happy Valentine's Day. It's a love week. So check it out. There's a brand new thing going on with VA. You need to know a couple of things, okay? So, number one, there's a type 1. That's where you're doing no cash out. It's like a rate and term. The loan amount doesn't exceed the payoff. Number 2, or Two for Tuesday, type 2 is when it exceeds the payoff and you're getting cash out. So, this applies a lot to VA refinances. Non-VA to VA, it doesn't apply. However, my thoughts are you're probably going to want to apply some of these best practices across the board, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to go over a couple of key changes. There's 4 big ones, and I'm going to go over them. Number 1, loan-to-value calculation. If you're going VA to VA, check it out. Starts on Friday. No longer can be 100% loan-to-value. And this is for refis. Has nothing to do with purchases. Has nothing to do with IRL. Those are separate calculations. So, on a refi, ultimately, the loan-to-value cannot exceed 100% anymore. VA will not guarantee it. So, that means the 100% loan-to-value must include your funding fee. So you need to do your math backwards. Pretty self-explanatory. And then 100% LTV would be max. So, number 2, Two for Tuesday, net tangible benefit. So, there has to be a net tangible benefit in regards to what you're doing for the veteran. And it has to do with one of these 8 things. And I'm going to go over them real quick. All right. The new loan eliminates mortgage insurance. There's no more mortgage insurance on the file. The term is shorter. The interest rate is lower. The payment is lower. It should be. And I'll tell you why here in a minute. It increases the borrower's monthly residual. It refinances a bridge loan or an interim loan or a construction loan or a previous cash out loan to alter or repair the house. It is equal to 90% LTV or less, or refinances a adjustable into a fixed loan. Those are 8 things, and you must meet one of them. VA to VA. You have to know that. Now, here's where it gets interesting. They say VA to VA, there must be a comparison disclosure that compares a couple of things for the veteran. However, in doing some research, I was looking for this form, and I could not find it. So, if you happen to have a handy-dandy form for a comparison disclosure for VA, let me know. Put it in the comments. Put a link down below. Hit me up in Messenger. I'd love to have a copy of it, as it doesn't seem like they created one. They said, hey, there's a new VA comparison disclosure that you must have, but they're not providing any form. So, they kind of leave it black and white. Let's go through what it is. There's 6 things that you must compare or have an example of. The comparison for key loan characteristics terms for the existing and refinancing loan must be done. So, here it goes. Refinancing the loan amount versus the payoff of the loan amount being refinanced. So, the loan type, so fixed versus adjustable, of the new loan versus the loan being refinanced. Interest rate of the new loan versus the old loan. Loan term versus the new loan versus the old loan. The total that the veteran will have paid after making all payments on the new loan versus the existing loan. I.e., maybe you're shortening the term. LTV of the refinance. So comparing the existing loan to the one being refinanced. An estimate of the home's equity being removed from the home as a result of the new refinance, and explaining how it benefits the veteran. So it's interesting that they say, okay, you have to do this comparison, but there's no VA comparison form anywhere. So if you get a copy and you have something you use, let me know. I'd love to have a copy. All right, moving along. There's two more things you need to know. Two4Tuesday. Here we go. Lots of good stuff this morning. This goes into effect on Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Loan seasoning. There's been some questions and people asking about this in groups and whatnot online. I will tell you, you need to apply both of them. Two4Tuesday. So, it must be 6 months or 6 payments have been made on the loan. Or 210 days after the first payment's been made. So 6 payments must have been made, and then it must be 210 days after the first payment. So in reality, if you do the math, it's like month 9 or month 10. So just know that this applies to VA only. If non-VA, meaning not a VA loan, and then they're refinancing into a VA loan, these things don't apply in theory. Now, what I would suggest is the last one here. It's called loan recoupment. And the loan recoupment rule is a rule that I wrote in my own book over a decade ago. Okay? This is a great general practice for all loan officers across the board. When constructing a loan, you should approach it this way. So you take the total of all costs, and the true cost has nothing to do with setting up an impound account. Has everything to do with the actual title, cost, loan officer compensation, anything that goes into true actual costs. Well, that divided by your actual savings. So if you're saving them $210, you divide that by the cost of $3,000, you should recoup the cost of the loan inside of 36 months, or 36 would be your magic number. So, this general rule of thumb applies in a principle of finance in just about everything. If you go to take money out of your 401k and it costs a penalty, you should recoup that cost inside of 3 years. If you refinance your home and it costs $3,000, you should recoup the cost because of your savings of that refinance in 3 years. It's a general rule of thumb that good salespeople have been applying for a long time. It should be a written rule across the board, in my opinion. VA is saying this loan recoupment rule is now into play on VA to VA only, which is great. So, here we go. This is a Two4Tuesday. It's a long one. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I had to get all of this out. It was a good stuff. Hopefully you got something. As always, share, direct, like, repeat, and so well. I'm in the office all day taking VA I got a guy questions. Have a good one.